What's up, guys? I want to do a review on this Misch metal. These are fire starting rods, very similar to the fire steels, but what makes this really different, and in my opinion definitely by far the most effective of the fire steels, is the variety of earth metals that are actually in it. It has magnesium in it, which you guys are familiar with some of those Doan bars you get at Walmart, you know, the little square ones. You scrape off a little bit of magnesium, and you know, it's got that built into this this actual rod, mixed with carbon and some other metals as well. But what's really cool about this is that when you spark it, the actual sparks, they last quite a bit longer than anything else I've seen so far. And this is a little striker you can get off of the website as well. These are pretty cheap, but you can use a bunch of different surfaces. A lot of times people use the little pieces of hacksaw blade. You can use your awl on your Swiss Army knife if you don't want to mar up your regular knife. And of course, if the spine of your blade is squared off, you can use that to strike as well. But I just want to give you a little example here. The camera is roughly 1.5 to 2 feet off the ground right now, but as I spark this, you'll see that they last quite a bit. They're even hitting the ground and rolling around a little bit. They definitely last a lot longer and spark hotter. Of course, the wind's blowing. Turn the camera around here. I mean, these things are really shooting far and they're lasting a long time, which is obviously ideal. Now, you wouldn't be lighting a fire from this far away, but the whole concept here is if you're low to the ground here and you have to spark, they last a while. So you have a far better chance of lighting your tinder on fire. Now, let me actually, you know what? I'm going to go out in the street here. Yes, I'm doing a video on the ground in the middle of the road. But the reason I want to do this is because this is actually dry over here. And you can see even with the wind, of course there's a shadow of the tripod and everything. Even with the wind, it's carrying this probably 4 feet down the road. But anyway, extremely effective. Do it over here again, and in a minute I'll go up in the snow and I'll light some tinder on fire. But I just wanted to show you this. I mean, I've never had a fire steel that was this effective. I mean, it literally lasts longer and hotter. What's happening is when you're scraping this off, you're throwing little tiny chunks of metal that ignite, and of course they last longer. So it's not just a spark, it's actually little kind of melting balls of metal. Seems strange, but extremely effective. Now, I've owned a lot of different fire starting devices. The blast match is probably one of my favorite because it's so big and durable, but this definitely beats it without a doubt. Misch metal. All right, let me grab a let me go up by the snow, and I'll turn the camera back on in a second. I'll start a quick little fire for you. All right, guys, this is extremely windy conditions. I mean, it's really windy. Now, I don't have the ideal tinder right now. I'm just going to use a piece of newspaper. Make a little ball. And I'm going to actually put a little piece of paper towel in the middle of it. Make kind of a, I guess you'd call this the urban bird's nest. But anyway, this will be my little tinder bundle. Yeah, I like that, urban bird's nest. Anyway, in the snow, I'm going to throw some sparks in there. Let me adjust my camera a little bit so you can see this better. And we'll see how long it takes to get a fire started. Now, I would recommend this, of course, if you're doing it in safe conditions, to try this with your regular fire steel. You'll find it's not as easy as it may look. But anyway, here's the Misch metal bar and one of the strikers. Alright, so we got fire. It took a couple more strikes than I wanted to, but like I said, it's extremely windy. It's very wet, obviously, but this stuff works so awesome. I can even throw sparks at it from here, even behind the camera. It's just super, super effective. So anyway, yeah, I mean, you can do it with a regular fire steel as well, but this is definitely more effective. The sparks, they last longer, they burn hotter, and they actually shoot farther. A lot of times people have problems with knocking their stuff around. A good technique that I've been told is to, instead of striking forward, to hold your striker down and pull your steel backwards. That works too. You do that as well if you wanted to. But anyway, as you can see, it's effective for what you need it to do. But they come in a bunch of different sizes. Picked up a bag of them here. Let me take them out and show you the differences. Alright, so here's a good little variety of them. You can see they come in different diameters as well as different lengths. I even picked up some of these really teeny ones. And you might wonder, well, why in the world would you use this over this one? What benefit does this have? Well, this one can actually fit underneath the paracord wrap on a fixed blade. You can tuck this pretty much anywhere into your gear, and you'll know that you always have something to start a fire. Now, you saw how effective the larger one is. Let me try this tiny one. Give me a second. Let me put these other ones back in the bag here. So here's that little teeny tiny one. You can see how effective that is, even being real small. Throwing the same flame. Now I don't have as much distance of striking, so I'm getting a little bit less overall, but still extremely effective. So the Misch metal, they're really cool. It's definitely my new favorite fire steel option out there. Very inexpensive. Of course, the prices differ depending on what size and length you're going to get. But again, I'll put a link down in the description box there if you want to check them out. But I think they're awesome. Now, if you wanted to, you can make your own little wooden handles and, you know, just drill a tiny little hole in it and glue these in. But I believe, you know, they might even sell them on the website. I don't know. I didn't even check. But I figured I don't need to get fancy with it. I just wanted to get these blanks. The Misch metal. Awesome stuff. If you guys have this, please do video responses. I want your opinions on it. Like I said, there's a whole lot of fire starting methods out there, but I really think this is probably one of the most effective. Extremely easy to start fires with this. And, you know, of course, they can get soaking wet. It's not an issue. And some of these are really tiny. You can throw into pretty much anywhere. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.